Hare Krishna. The question is how to overcome fear. Now, fear is an emotion in us which is completely material, and the fear is always in context of losing something that we cling on to. If we have something, there are three stages as Krishna explains. If we don't have something, we hanker for it. If we have something, we are fearful losing it, and once we lose it, we lament. So all these three emotions, are because of our material attachments. We attach ourselves, identify ourselves to things in this material world, and that sometimes creates happiness, sometimes creates fear. So just like we find sometimes the tides go up, the waves in the ocean, it's high and sometimes it's low. So sometimes because of different circumstances in life, we feel really happy because the things that we desire and the things that we attach ourselves to are working the way we wish. And when it doesn't, we are sad. And the emotion in the middle, where we are completely bewildered and we're not sure of the future, this is fear. So therefore, to overcome fear, we have to take shelter of He who makes us fearless. Govinda Das, a great poet and a devotee of the Lord, he writes a song which we sing, and he explains how to overcome fear. Now he writes, Bhajaho re mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Durlabha Manava Janama Satsange Tarahoe Bhava Sindure. So he says, Abhaya Charanara Vindare. O dear mind, if you take shelter of Shri Krishna, Bhaja Hore Mana, O mind, please worship. Whom should we worship? Sri Nandanandana, the son of Nanda Maharaj, who is Shri Krishna. What will we get by worshipping Krishna? Abhaya Charanara Vindare. Bhaya means fear, and by worshipping his lotus feet, Charanara Vinda, we become abhaya. We become fearless. Also in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described, Yasyam vai shrunumanayam Krishne paramapurushe bhaktir utpadhyate pumsam shoka moha bhaya apaha. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, or by hearing the glories of the Supreme Lord. Who is that Supreme Lord? Krishne paramapurushe. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By hearing about him, shrunumanayam, what happens? Shoka, moha, bhaya, apaha. Three things are destroyed. Shoka, lamentation or our hankering, moha, illusion, and bhaya, fear. So when we take shelter of Shri Krishna, even if now at the moment we are afraid of so many things, we are afraid of death, we are afraid if our business collapses, we are afraid of losing our near and dear ones. If we take complete shelter of Shri Krishna, our perspective completely changes. We see everything as the plan of the Lord. We see everything as the property of the Lord. When you don't possess anything, definitely you won't fear in losing it. Because every circumstance can be seen in two ways. Either you lose it because it belonged to you, or it belongs to Krishna and Krishna gives you and takes it. So when Krishna gives you, you accept it as service. When Krishna takes it back, nothing wrong, because ultimately it belongs to Krishna. But when we are egocentric and when we think this belongs to me and God snatched it away, then that creates lamentation, that creates fear. So we must take complete shelter of Krishna. Now let's see two very nice examples of devotees who took shelter of Krishna and how they could completely overcome fear. The first and the most prominent example is Prahlad. Prahlad Maharaj was 5 years old and he had a demoniac father, Asura Varya, the best among demons he had as his father, Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu hated him and attempted to kill him because Prahlad was a devotee and Hiranyakashipu didn't like Vishnu. Now Prahlad was thrown from the top of the cliff. He was he was almost set ablaze by sitting on the lap of Holika. He was pushed into a room with venomous, big, poisonous cobra snakes. He was given poison. He was tortured mentally, physically, and emotionally. But how was Prahlad's response? Was he afraid? Was he lamenting? Was he hankering? Was he in illusion? No. Even when there are reasons to agitate you, and even when there are reasons to frighten you, when you take shelter of Shri Krishna, you're completely untouched. So Prahlad, now he had reasons to frighten him. He had reasons where his father was almost attempting to kill him. But here was Prahlad. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Taking complete one-pointed shelter of Shri Krishna. Completely depending on the Lord. When we depend on ourselves and when we put ourselves as the center of the universe, then we see in terms of I gain, I have, I lose. I make profit, I possess this, I made a loss. But when everything belongs to Krishna, Krishna gives, He possesses, He maintains, He takes it away. So Prahlad was saying like that. Even when Hiranyakashipu was trying to torture him, Prahlad was fearless. He could overcome fear. The second example is the Pandavas. Now the Pandavas were put in such a situation that there was every reason to fear, there was every reason to lament, there was every reason to hanker, there was every reason to suffer. But they were completely fearless. Bhima was poisoned, their house was set on fire, their wife Draupadi was almost disrobed and humiliated in the court. They were not given their share. They were sent to the forest for 12 years. The 13th year was incognito. Their mother suffered because she had Karna before her marriage. And still the Pandavas are completely fearless. What is the reason? Because they take complete shelter of Shri Krishna's lotus feet. If we take shelter of Shri Krishna's lotus feet, all the fear are completely gone. Padam padam yet vipadam na tesham. So even if there are reasons or sources to frighten us and reasons that could make us be fearful or afraid, if we take complete shelter of Shri Krishna and leave behind our false ego, then we will find the more you approach Krishna, the more fearless you become. Hare Krishna.